Southern ports of entry expected to get a funding boost from the $1 trillion infrastructure law, but benefits for migrants like work permits are still pending. Our Joe Khalil joins us now from Washington with more details. Joe, what do we know so far?
Hey, good morning, Adrienne. So, out of that infrastructure bill that became law just a couple of weeks ago, there's been about $16.5 billion that was set aside specifically for land and water ports. But where it gets less specific is which of these ports across the country get priority. So essentially, what money goes where, not exactly clear yet. So at least one Congresswoman, Veronica Escobar from Texas, says that a good share of that money should go to ports of entry right along the border between Mexico and the United States. She says that they haven't gotten a lot of upgrades other than just regular routine maintenance in years. And why this is important is because before the pandemic, there was about $677 billion worth of trade between the United States and Mexico that went back and forth every day. As you can imagine, that caused a lot of backups. Now, since we've lifted some of the restrictions between the two countries since the pandemic, we're starting to see some of that traffic again and some of those delays. So she says that this would be crucial money for some of those ports, again, along the border, and she's been pushing for some of that money to come there. Now, we should say that on the other bill that we've been talking about lately, the Build Back Better Act, there are some provisions semi-related when we're talking about immigration that would allow for some undocumented workers who've come across the border even illegally to get work permits. However, we should say, Adrienne, we should clear up that that part of the bill has been stripped twice and likely is not even going to make it in the final version. In fact, the Senate's already talking about getting rid of that part of the bill. Adrienne.
All right, our Joe Khalil, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.